I say to President Macron, Prime Minister Carney, and Prime Minister Starmer, when mass murderers, rapists, baby killers, and kidnappers thank you, you're on the wrong side of justice. You're on the wrong side of humanity. And you're on the wrong side of history.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu accused UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer, French President Emmanuel Macron, and Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney of fueling anti-Semitism, tying their criticism of Israel's Gaza operations to the fatal shooting of 2 Israeli embassy staff in Washington, D.C. Israel also raised unverified claims of NATO officers' involvement in unspecified incidents, escalating diplomatic tensions. Authorities arrested 31-year-old Elias Rodriguez of Chicago in connection with the attack. On Wednesday night, Yaron Lashinsky and Sarah Milgram, an Israeli diplomat couple, were killed outside the Capital Jewish Museum in D.C. Rodriguez allegedly shouted, "Free Palestine," before the attack, later confessing and leading police to the weapon. Her chief, Pamela Smith. Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar condemned the shooting, blaming a hostile climate driven by European leaders' use of terms like genocide to describe Israel's actions in Gaza.
This is the direct result of toxic, anti-Semitic incitement against Israel and Jews around the world that has been going on since the October 7th massacre. Recently, we have witnessed an unprecedented wave of terror attacks and attempts against Israeli missions around the world, with an emphasis on Europe. Israeli missions and representatives around the world are targets of anti-Semitic terrorism that has crossed all red lines.
The level of suffering, innocent children being bombed again, is utterly intolerable. Recent announcement that Israel will allow a basic quantity of food into Gaza, a basic quantity, is totally and utterly inadequate. Yeah. So we must coordinate our response, because this war has gone on for far too long. We cannot allow the people of Gaza to starve.
Netanyahu criticized a joint statement by Starmer, Macron, and Carney, condemning Israel's Gaza offensive, where over 50,000 Palestinians have reportedly died since October 2023, for emboldening Hamas and inciting violence. Leaders in London, Ottawa, and Paris are on the wrong side of justice, Netanyahu said, praising US President Donald Trump's support. The statement also criticized Israel's aid restrictions and backed a 2-state solution, prompting Minister Amichai Chikli to accuse the trio of cowardice, costing lives. Israel's claims against NATO officers, possibly linked to Hezbollah or Hamas, lack evidence and have drawn no NATO response. Rodriguez remains in custody as federal agents probe his motives. The attack has heightened security at Israeli missions worldwide.